Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. So today we're going to be talking about Pokemon Go and some of the backlash that they have been facing recently. This backlash stemming from some very strange changes that are being implemented into their game that have a lot of longtime fans very upset. Now, what happened here? Well, recently they introduced some changes to the character designs of the player's avatar. Now, of course, a lot of people are looking this in, despite the very pun-like nature of this phrase, it is Pokemon Go woke, go broke, because people are very upset about this. So what's going on? Well, it says, trainers, your avatar can now look even more like you, and this phrase will age extremely poorly. So this is actually a change to character designs that was hinted at over a month ago. Actually, Western users were exposed to some of these changes in the character designs, and it received instant backlash a month ago. However, Pokemon Go has ignored all of that and went forward with these changes that are looking absolutely horrendous. Let's look at some of these designs. Here's one user reporting this. I'm sorry, this new update is horrendous. Look at this model. Like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, which way, Western man? You wanna go for Stellar Blade or you wanna go for these designs? I mean, besides even like the physique, look at the dress and the clipping and just the laziness and the low quality effort that these models are. You would expect better from Pokemon. But here's some more. We even have Japanese users making fun of some of these very poor looking models. And to give you guys a little bit of a cleanse here for your eyeballs, let me give you some good news. Real quick 30 seconds. Today was supposed to be the final day of my Rev Bunny Fumo campaign, but my handlers at Makeshift gave me an offer to extend the campaign by 2 weeks. And does a bear crap in the woods? Of course it does. So I'm extending this campaign 2 more weeks. You have 2 more weeks to get this before it's gone forever. And as a lot of you know, it is a fully funded campaign. It is guaranteed to go through. And also you can check out this cool gifting feature if you want to gift one of these to a friend. And also consider checking out this option right here to bundle with my wife, Darling Straub's plushie as well, and save 10% for getting both of ours together. All of the links to this stuff will be in the pinned comment. Now let's return to this post. Okay, so how did this all happen? How did Pokemon Go get so woke in this situation, make such a terrible decision? Well, of course, if you start looking around and digging into Pokemon Go and the related parties involved, it makes a lot of sense, actually. So right now, actually, the Pokemon Company is looking for a director, diversity, equity, inclusion, and social responsibility. Yes, they are doing DEI initiatives, and they are looking for more people to manage this global audience and to cater to their supposed interests and concerns. This is something that's happening across the board, whether it's Japanese companies, Western companies. DEI initiatives like this are bringing a bunch of woke nonsense into games, and they're looking for more hires to fill in these positions that cater to this stuff. And if you look here, Mark Kern actually did some diving into some of the companies related to Pokemon Go. And as it turns out, Pokemon Go actually consulted with a Sweet Baby Inc. clone called GamerX. Now look at GamerX here. Looks like some kind of a parody of like a 2014 MLG 420 no scope YouTube channel or something like that. But that's their serious name, GamerX, and they are supporting and celebrating LGBTQIA plus people and culture in games. Now, of course, if you look at their mission statements here, they are basically Sweet Baby Inc. 2.0. It's not surprising the kind of agenda they're trying to push into these games. And if you look at their clients, much like Sweet Baby Inc., they have some pretty big clients. And if you look at some of the names, you're like, adds up, doesn't it? But here's Niantic. And of course, who is this company? Well, they're responsible for Pokemon Go. And they are working with this consulting firm. And really, does it surprise you that this is the route that we're going? Well, you can look at their website. They're, of course, pushing for diversity and inclusion on their website. All of this stuff, very disingenuous. They're doing it for brownie points. They believe this is something that's going to market well to the West, when in reality, it just gets you points on social media. But gamers don't care about any of this stuff. They just want to play games. And of course, if you look even further, you can see this is the community manager for the Pokemon Go app. Now look around. Let's read their bio. Painfully queer. White silence is white consents. They/them. Opinions are my own. This is the person who is going to be the community manager for this game. Is it starting to add up? Well, it adds up even more when you see that this is likely a self-insert. They are celebrating their own avatar being featured here, and they're so happy with how it turned out. And if you start looking around, it just keeps adding up, right? And it adds up when you look at the features. Players are reporting that you basically can't even make characters that resemble anything like they were before. And basically, if you're trying to make a feminine-looking character, tough luck. You pretty much can't do it with the options available currently after this change was rolled out by Pokemon Go. Now, of course, there is the brutal insult in this entire promotion here, saying, trainers, your avatar can now look even more like you. So basically, they scrap any feminine elements of these avatars. They basically make it so you're this blob-like monstrosity that's also clipping through your clothing and things like that. And they're saying, look at you. You're represented a lot better now, huh? It's actually kind of insulting. Maybe they're like a master level troll or something. I don't know what's going on. But that leads us to the Pokemon Go subreddit. Now, you guys know I clown on Reddit all the time. I think there's a lot of absolutely terrible content and opinions that comes out of Reddit. But damn, the Pokemon Go subreddit is farming. They have had a very good reaction to this. I actually expected them to be defending this, but no. They are trashing on this update, and they're making some very funny posts. So I think we should take some time and look at some of the best ones. And yeah. So beginning with this, the update finally hit with this caption saying, Professor Willow, I don't feel so good. With 12,000 updates. Like I said, not too familiar with Reddit. That's a lot of updates. I'm telling you, that's gold or karma or whatever. And then here, please roll back this atrocious update. Awkward, bulky proportions, and lack of facial shape choices. Who thought this was a good idea? So before and after. Now, there will be people who will unironically defend this, but look at this stuff. A female character with wider hips, not acceptable. No hips allowed. Narrow shoulders, not allowed. Apparently having a bust, not allowed. And also weirdly saggy. Very strange stuff. But you can see how much of a downgrade all of this is. And there's a lot more reporting like this. I mean, look at this. The before and after. And they're saying this is a reflection of you in real life. Like, how insulting is that? They remove anything that resembles any sort of feminine structure from these models. They're just these androgynous blobs now with no flair. You know, that's one thing to give players the option to have a body type like this. That's definitely one thing. But it's another thing to force this, to remove options like this and give you this as the only available option. That's really the main problem, is that they're forcing these bland, weird models onto people who don't want them, who largely as a player base do not want them. Here's another example. People are pulling out the memes like it's a joke. It's an absolute joke. You can try your hardest to try to beautify these characters. It's basically impossible. Their structure is just lacking entirely. Here's another one saying, what's going on with the crotch? Now, this has been true for not only the male, but also the female models as well. There's random bulges on all of the characters. And this one is just, I don't know what's going on here. Like, it's strange that this exists in the first place with these designs. Like, it's like, does that really have anything to do with these designs? Is this like something they're implementing on purpose? What's going on here? But, oh gosh, I have to censor here. This person with the absolutely ghoulish caption saying it's beaver time because you're getting a full flash of a beaver here, okay? Apparently this has been fixed, but for a while, when you would lift up the leg of some of the characters wearing skirts, there would be just flesh underneath. Now, of course, there's no like genitalia or anything like that, but there would be an eyeful of flesh. It was not going so great. It wasn't a good look. And of course, you have the dent upgrade here. Apparently, this is your $1 billion company at work here, giving you a head dent. The head dent is real. Ladies and gentlemen, consider taking off your headset every once in a while. But like I said, pretty brutal subreddit. You can see the memes here. I mean, this is pretty accurate. I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely an unfortunate side effect of these new changes. I mean, this is what you're getting right now. But moving forward, here's another one saying, Niantic searching for the reason the game's reviews are tanking. And it's not surprising that it is, because a lot of people are very upset. Now you can see posts like this saying, was fun, y'all, bye-bye. Played since 2016, actually going to quit because of the update. Make the cosmetics makes the cosmetics I bought feel like a waste of money, and just feels terrible as a player. Hopefully they can fix it, but otherwise it was a good run. Now, I can't emphasize how big of a deal Pokemon Go was back in 2016. If you were there, you understand. Like, I remember at the time I was working in a city, and like I would go out on a lunch break, right? And I would see easily dozens of people walking around on their phones trying to capture Pokemon, or going to, you know, the I don't know what they called it, but like the hot spots for the Pokemon, where like a random cafe or something would be a hot spot, and people would flood in and not only also engage with the game, but also engage with the cafe they're going into. And of course, you know, some people would be like, Rev, well, you know, it was great that people are going outside, but some people are walking into traffic and getting killed playing Pokemon Go. And what I say to that is, you know, Darwinism. Like, if you're that stupid to be staring at your phone while trying to chase after Pokemon that you run into traffic, that's kind of a skill issue. That's on your part right there. But anyways, it was a crazy time to see such a loyal fan base that has stuck around for around 8 years now supporting this game, seeing this and actually considering leaving because of how dramatic of a shift these avatars have been reconstructed as a result of these changes is pretty crazy. And when I talk about the people who are upset about this stuff, it's not just you know, people on Twitter who are pushing for more attractive character designs. It's really everybody. You know, this is kind of a universal disliking of these changes. It's not just people saying, you know, we want characters like Stellar Blade. It's people who remain pretty silent on these culture war type stuff who are also saying, oh, geez, this looks really, really bad. What happened here? And also for the people who have been trashing others for wanting more attractive character designs, they're now mad at this. Well, you kind of reap what you sow when you supported harassment or censorship of attractive character designs. You are inadvertently supporting stuff like this, where this is what you get. You get androgynous blobs with absolutely no spark to them whatsoever. But moving forward, here's another post from the subreddit saying, seriously considering deleting this game. I've spent a lot of time and money on this game. This avatar update is absolutely ridiculous. How did they get it so wrong? The clothes don't even fit anymore. My character looks effing scary. The torso is abnormally long. The arms are gangly. The hips are non-existent. The face is uncanny. I won't be wasting money on anything in this game anymore. I may quit altogether. This is effing jarring. I spent so long curating cute outfits, and now not only are they gone, they look like shit, or are just so glitched out, they are not even worth wearing. This is so upsetting, and I really hope they are listening to all the backlash. I'm typically pretty laid back because, after all, it's just a game, but this is just wrong. I can't think of any other way to describe it. This is the only thing I've ever openly complained about. It's seriously so bad and just outright disrespectful. I'm fuming. Yeah, that seems to be like the general consensus of a lot of people upset. We're reaching the level of people who normally don't complain about things are complaining about this because of the time and money they have invested into their avatar and its appearance, which has been completely scrapped and ruined by this update. But of course, there's a suggestion some people are giving out, and that's to just play Pal Worlds, because their designs look pretty dang cute if you ask me. And of course, journalists are attacking Pal World still. I wanted to share this real quick before we ended this video. Pal World has been under attack ever since it started, mainly by journalists and people who are the hardest Pokemon defenders. We can see IGN once again coming out of the woodwork with a terrible article saying this. The CEO of Pocket Pair has accused Chinese game companies of making Pal World clones and said that their budgets are 10 times larger than Pal World's. Pal World itself has been accused of ripping off Pokemon. Now, they would add to their tally another community note. IGN gets more community notes than just about anyone else around here, and it says this: context needed. While having had referred to other games like Pal World as clones, neither the CEO nor the community manager of Pocket Pair have made substantially inflammatory comments, as this article's headline tries to frame. Again, the community notes feature on Twitter is goated, is the best feature they have. And once again, journalists being shut up by the actual facts of what's going on here and being prevented from misleading people about Pal World. But anyways, here is the general final thoughts of this. This is a terrible decision by Pokemon Go. I can't imagine even 10% of players enjoying these updates. It is a bad decision. Longtime fans of the franchise are leaving, and they need to correct this. I don't know what led them down this path to think this is what players want. I wish I could talk to these CEOs, grab them by the shoulders and shake them and say, who convinced you this was a good idea? Because it's happening across the board and it's costing these companies money. They're not only wasting resources on these DEI initiatives, they're also losing customers as a result of that related work. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. As always, I appreciate you guys giving a listen, and feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys next time.